I am the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the very first platform in history to advocate against dark skin discrimination known as darkism. I am the first activist to also, give me a second, put on my seatbelt. I forgot my seatbelt. Can't forget the seatbelt. I am the first activist in history to advocate against colorism. And I created the first platform to do so, and it's called Dark Skin Activism. And there's people out here that are not honest. They're frauds, they're liars, and they don't want to give me my credit. And that's why I continue to make these public service announcements to let people know. Now, on June 26th, I want to inform everyone that I have a play going on. It's called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and you can watch it online from anywhere in the world. You can get your tickets, your online tickets, at my website, which is darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that's darkskinactivist.com. You can also come out and join me for the live performance in Atlanta on the same day. It's going to be June 26th at 7:30, and it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. And the address is The White Label, located at 349 Decatur Street, Southeast, Unit M. Okay? So I want you guys to get your tickets, darkskinactivist.com. I am on my way to work out, but I decided that I wanted to make this video because, again, we have Mr. Eddie Barrios from the Bronx that continues to put out misinformation. And as long as you and others continue to put out misinformation, I'm going to refute you based on what is the truth. So, Eddie Barrios, you made a video regarding my critique of Madam CJ Walker. I don't want to go through. You made a video regarding my critique of Madam CJ Walker, the video that I did, where I told you that Madam CJ Walker, she did take from Annie Malone. What she did was not original. It wasn't. So you made a video responding to that. Okay. What I want you guys to know, and let me say this from the outset. What people do is they watch my videos and they say, oh, well, she doesn't have a lot of subscribers. She doesn't. Sometimes I have a lot of views. Sometimes I don't. And people watch my videos, they get information, and then they go plagiarize and rip me off and carry the information. So what you'll probably do is watch this video where I'm explaining to you different things that I've done and the information that I know, and you'll go regurgitate what I said and you won't give credit. People have been copying and plagiarizing me for years on social media. And some of these people have small platforms. Some of these people have large platforms. But what I do know is that I'm always being plagiarized. And Eddie Barrios, I see what you did. You saw me talking about The Blacker the Berry, and you went and got the book, The Blacker the Berry. And I had already did a reading of that book years ago. So you are a part of the people that are now learning from the dark skin activists, but you have the gall to turn around and plagiarize and copy me and act like you are so up on this information when you actually watched my video and then you became up on the information. So that's what you're going to do with this video as well. But I'm calling you out and I know exactly what you're doing. So Alelia, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Her name is Alelia Bundles. I read Alelia Bundles' book about Madam CJ Walker. Probably, I want to say it's probably been around 10 years ago. And what I'm going to do and the book is called On Her Own Ground. Now, what I'm probably going to do, and because of the coronavirus, the libraries and stuff are closed, but I'm going to go get that book and I'm going to read it again. And I'm going to do maybe another reading. Again, I originated this. I am the one that started doing readings about dark skin, and people constantly copy me. I mean, you're not going to find anybody before me, for example, that did a reading on The Blacker the Berry. I started that. It's right on my YouTube channel, May 5th of 2015. I started that. So in line with what I normally do regarding dark skin activism, I'm probably going to go get this book once the library open, or maybe I might order it offline, and I'm going to read it again because I read this book On Her Own Ground about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit over that. I must have probably been either an undergraduate student at the University of South Florida or a graduate student at the University of South Florida, and I read this book. Now, this book was written by Alelia Bundles, who is the great granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, and she is light skinned. She is light skinned with good hair. All right. So again, before I continue, I know y'all gonna watch me and copy me. Y'all gonna regurgitate my commentary about Alelia Bundles, the great granddaughter of dark skinned Madam C.J. Walker, being light skinned with good hair. Let me preface that with what I'm going to say next, because y'all are always plagiarizing me. Now, I find that to be ironic as well, because I would like an explanation for how Madam C.J. Walker, how did she end up having lighter skinned relatives with good hair? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, we have to understand that Alelia Bundles, the light-skinned great-granddaughter with the good hair of dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker, is largely responsible for putting out the narratives on Madam C.J. Walker. She has pushed Madam C.J. Walker. These are facts. One of the ways she's done this is she wrote the book, okay? And you guys may ask, her Alelia Bundles is actually named for Madam C.J. Walker's daughter, okay? And Alelia Bundles, who is the great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, the light-skinned great-granddaughter of dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker, her mother was the vice president for Madam C.J. Walker's company, okay? And Alelia Bundles, the great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, has pushed the legacy of Madam C.J. Walker to the public. That's a fact. She is responsible. And I'm pretty sure she's probably behind the Netflix documentary, because this woman has been pushing this for years. And I've listened to interviews by Alelia Bundles, and this is where I'm getting my information from. Some of these interviews are right here on YouTube. You can go and do your own research, but I want y'all to understand clearly, before all this Netflix stuff popped off, I read Alelia Bundles' book on her own terms. And I don't like the way, and let me also just say this, I have no problem with Alelia Bundles preserving the legacy of Madam C.J. Walker. I have no problem with light-skinned Alelia Bundles, the great-granddaughter of dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker. I have no problem with her preserving dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker's legacy. I got no problem with that. My problem is the fact that I feel that people like Alelia Bundles and others are not completely being honest about where this entire legacy really came from. Okay? They are writing about and speaking about Madam C.J. Walker as if she created this hair formula and this business out of her own brain. That is my problem. That is the dark-skinned activist problem. And I don't care that Madam C.J. Walker is dark-skinned. I don't care about that. What I care about is historical accuracy. So for the people that will lie on me after watching this video, I'm going to repeat again. I have no problem with the light-skinned, good-haired great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, Alelia Bundles, that is her name, who wrote the book on her own ground, and I believe she serves also as on the board of some type of organization for the preservation of Madam C.J. Walker's legacy. I have no problem with her preserving the legacy. The problem that I have is the whole entire truth is not being told about where and how Madam C.J. Walker built her empire. That is my problem. You see, I'm for justice and righteousness. And the fact is, the cold hard fact is that Madam C.J. Walker worked for Annie Malone, who actually developed this hair grower formula and who Madam C.J. Walker actually learned from, got the idea to start the business from. And that is being glossed over. And that is the problem. That is the problem. The real credit regarding the hair care industry and regarding the fact that a Black woman could rise to become a millionaire and build this industry and employ other Black people should be given to Annie Malone. Because that is where Madam C.J. Walker, that is the person that Madam C.J. Walker got the idea to start the business. Facts. And while A'Lelia Bundles, I feel like you're alluding to it. You're not going into detail. Because being that, and I understand you're the great-granddaughter, you're the light-skinned great-granddaughter. I'm still trying to figure out how that works. No shade. It's really not no shade. I really want to know. Because A'Lelia Bundles, the light-skinned great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, is a researcher herself. She is a writer. She is an intellectual. So I'm not throwing shade at her. It is an intellectual, valid question that I want to know. Okay? And I just want to understand why gloss over the fine details, the fine facts. And again, there's a bias there because A'Lelia Bundles is the great-great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker. So obviously there's a bias because they're family. But I believe that you can tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth about where Madam C.J. Walker got the idea to start the business without downplaying her legacy. And I drank the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know no better growing up as a child during Black History Month in schools, where Madam C.J. Walker was one of the people, one of the historical figures that was talked about, and people did, students did assignments on her, book reports on her. I remember that. And I believed at one time that she invented the straightening comb because that was the narrative that was being passed around. Again, these false narratives. It's not the truth. Okay. And the other narrative that was being passed around was that she was the first Black female millionaire, which she was absolutely not the first. She was absolutely not the first. Annie Malone was a millionaire before Madam C.J. Walker. And I don't know who, I cannot tell y'all because I would have to do research on this myself. I never speak on what I don't know. I cannot tell y'all that who was the first Black female millionaire. I don't know that. But I know that Annie Malone was a millionaire before Madam C.J. Walker was, because Madam C.J. Walker worked for Annie Malone. Okay? Annie Malone already had her business when Madam C.J. Walker came along, and she came in the organization, she learned, and she took her idea. And I'm being nice about this. Trust me, I'm saying this in a nice way because I don't like what happened. She came into this woman's establishment. She gave you a job. You learned, and then you went and you took her idea. And the light-skinned, good-haired great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, she doesn't present it that way. And I have a problem with that. And I feel that she is responsible to an extent for the narratives that are going around. She's not the only one. I'm not going to sit here and blame everything off on her. That is not what I am saying. But I feel that she's largely responsible for, or not largely responsible, but partly responsible for downplaying as well Annie Malone's legacy. And you say, well, you know, that's not, she wasn't related to her. She's related to Madam C.J. Walker. I understand that. But as researchers, y'all, as researchers, we have a responsibility to tell the whole truth. That's what I'm saying. You know, we can't just come with truths that will fit our views, our narrative. We got to tell the whole entire truth. And that, for me, is the problem. I just don't feel that all these years have gone by and A'Lelia Bundles, the great-great-granddaughter, the light-skinned great-great-granddaughter of dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker, who's worked relentlessly to preserve Madam C.J. Walker's legacy, I just don't feel that she's told the entire story. She has glossed over the Annie Malone part and the interaction between Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker. And that has been my contention for the last couple of years after I found out that Madam C.J. Walker, you know, she was not the first Black female millionaire. She was not the first to build an empire in the hair care industry. She was not. So why try to pass it off as if she were? You know, why try to pass it off as if she's like, the way that they make it seem, the perception is that Madam C.J. Walker was like the main character, if you will. The main person that spearheaded the hair care industry for Black women and the economic advancements in the hair care industry for Black women. And it's just not the truth. And so what I would like to see, I would like to see an Annie Malone movie. I don't want to see a documentary. No, I don't want to see necessarily a Netflix special. I want to see an Annie Malone movie because I want the real truth to be told. That's only fair. It's only right. I'm just so tired. And this comes from, you know, a lot of this comes out of the fact that I have been ripped off and stolen from other Black women on social media and other people on social media. They did not talk about dark skin online or colorism online. They did not. You can lie and go try to dig up shit. The fact is, and I'm very specific, I brought the first colorism channel and the first topics, use colorism as a topic and dark skin discrimination and darkism as a topic on social media. Other Black women were not doing what I was doing. Facts. And you can lie and you can try to dig up articles. That's not the same as what I did. I brought this movement to social media. And people come to my channel after 2015, after I became known as the dark skin activist worldwide, and they stole. They had channels that had nothing to do with dark skin or colorism. But they watched my channel because I had a viral post that went viral to millions. I was made Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club, and Black social media, that's how they got to know me. And they flocked to my channel and they studied me and they stole. Same thing that happened with Madam C.J. Walker. And except in this case, she was hired by Annie Malone. She studied Annie Malone, studied what she was doing, and she took from Annie Malone. And now you have this movie that's putting out this false narrative, and it's wrong. It's straight up wrong. And so I'm going to speak out against it. I may be in the minority, but I don't care. What I care about is facts. What I care about is honesty. What I care about is integrity. Say it with me. Facts, honesty, integrity. That's what's important. That is what is important, people. Y'all got to remember that. So I want to let everybody know that at some point when I get a hold of the book On Her Own Ground, written by the light-skinned great-great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker, A'Lelia Bundles, I'm going to read that book again. I already read that book. I know you watching me and copying me now, Eddie Barrios. You copy everything I do. You probably going to go get the book too. But I've already read that book years ago. But I'm going to reread the book again, and I'm going to read it online, and I'm going to do an analysis of it. Now, watch they sit back and copy me. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie Barrios or somebody else on social media comes up with a derivative of this video. This is what they do on social media. See, they didn't have social media back in Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker's day. They didn't have social media. But now they do. So it's easier for people to still rip off and plagiarize you because they can just watch you online, go back to their channels, and regurgitate everything you're saying and not give you credit. So I'm on to y'all. I already know that y'all are copying me. Y'all been doing it for years. Eddie Barrios, you're the next one. While you are trying to discount what I'm saying, you're actually plagiarizing me as well, because you go and read the books that I've read. You go and read the articles that I've already read, I've been talking about for years, and I have the videos of myself on YouTube years back already speaking about this. You're a part of the plagiarizers as well. Okay, guys, so with that being said, look out for that reading. The dark-skinned activist is going to read for you and critique and analyze for you on her own way, written by the light-skinned great-great-granddaughter of the dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker, Alelia Bundles, that's her name. And I'm going to get that book, and I'm going to come on here, and I'm going to do a live reading for you guys. I have a play, a dark-skinned play on the Dark-Skinned Activist Tour. It's called The Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And I will be performing on June 26th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you can watch the play from anywhere in the world. I don't care where you're at. You can go get the pay-per-view live stream, and you can watch from anywhere in the world. And you can go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. And also, before I close out, because I want to be clear, I don't have anything against Alelia Bundles, because people are always lying on me. They say you don't like light-skinned women. It's so far from the truth. You're not being honest. Just because I call out contradictions and inconsistencies, it does not mean that I dislike a person. Do you tell historians that they don't like people because they call out historical inaccuracies? Because that's their job. That's what they do. But because I'm dark-skinned, I'm a black dark-skinned woman, I am lower on the totem pole. See, that's darkism in and of itself. Because I'm a dark-skinned black woman, I can't be a historian and I can't call these people out. I'm a hater. That's darkism in and of itself. I can't be an intellectual. But light-skinned, white people, Asian people, non-dark-skinned people, they're allowed to intellectualize all day. But because I'm dark-skinned, it's not accepted by me. That is darkism. Even though what I'm saying is actually the truth, it's not accepted by me because I'm a dark-skinned woman. I'm the dark-skinned activist. So I want to be clear, even though these people are lying on me, I harbor no hatred towards any human being. I have nothing against Alelia Bundles, the light-skinned great-great-granddaughter of dark-skinned Madam C.J. Walker at all. I read her book. I have nothing against her. The problem that I have is the historical inaccuracies and glossing over the facts. That's my problem. Okay? So I'm going to be doing a reading real soon. In the meantime, I want you guys to purchase tickets to my online show called The Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge at darkskinactivist.com. If you are in the Atlanta area, you can come on out in person. I'm going to be at the White Label located at 349 Decatur Street Southeast, Unit M. Get your tickets both online and in person. You can buy your tickets at darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that's darkskinactivist.com. You can also make contributions to help me produce the show at my Cash App, which is $Rashidalala. You can Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe, or you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And all of this information is in the description to the lives. I don't have it on here because I'm doing this off of my phone. So, but make sure y'all go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Make sure y'all make a financial contribution to help me keep the shows produce. And look out for my upcoming reading of the book On Her Own Terms by the light-skinned great-great-granddaughter of of Madam C.J. Walker. Her name is Alelia Bundles. Okay. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Like this video, share this video, and thank you for watching.